My name is Jason Zenobia, and I've been eating all of my life. And this is my cooking show, The Pleasure of Food. Today, our special guest is my mom, Donna Zenobia Saffer, the former owner and proprietress of Zenobia's Bakery. She's a genius, and she taught me everything I know about cooking, except for the stuff I learned at cooking school. And today we're going to make 4 different kinds of cookies. You want to tell us what they are?
Okay, we're going to start with the yo-yo, this cookie here. It's a filled cookie, a basic shortbread, and extremely versatile, and we will get into that more when we go into the kitchen. The second cookie we're going to do is one of my absolute favorites, and that's the almond cookie. And these are absolutely delicious and very simple to make, too. The third cookie is the walnut crescent.
Ah, yes.
You probably have seen those on the holiday plates for all of your life. It's a spectacular cookie, and it's not just for Christmas. You can make it any time of the year, and there are lots of different ways you can present it, and I'll show you how to do that. The showstopper, however, is the chocolate cookie.
Ooh.
This, I venture to say, is the best chocolate cookie in the known universe. I'm absolutely sure of that. And I think we probably ought to try it.
Just to be sure.
Okay.
I can't. Oh, badly. You want a bite? Oh, man. So, if you want to meet us in the kitchen, as soon as I'm done chewing, we'll show you how it's done today on The Pleasure of Food. Today we not only have a beautiful guest chef, but we're in a guest kitchen here in beautiful Northwest Portland. We're going to be making some cookies today, and we're going to start with the yo-yo, which sounds fun, doesn't it?
Love to say that, the yo-yo cookie. And that's because you'll see when we get them put together, they look like little yo-yos. They're so cute.
Now, why are you cutting up the butter like that?
I'm cutting up the butter because it makes it much easier for it to cream. If you just throw in a great big stick of butter, you can tell that the mixer doesn't really like that very much.
Now, this is 3 sticks of butter that has been out at room temperature for quite some time, so it's nice and warm. Pretty soft to the touch. That makes it easy to cream. You really don't want it to be cold right from the fridge.
Now in this bowl, I have a cup and a third.
A cup and a third of confectioner's sugar.
Confectioner's sugar.
And we're tossing them in the bowl of the upright mixer.
You want to cream the butter with the sugar anywhere from 2 to 4, maybe even 5 minutes. You want to incorporate as much air into this mixture as you possibly can.
It's going to look light and fluffy.
Yes. If you don't have one of these and you don't want to get one, a handheld mixer works very nicely. This is a trick I learned early on. So you don't have sugar and flour
anything dry,
flying all over your kitchen. The next step involves 2 teaspoons of vanilla,
which are 2 2/3 cups flour, 2/3 cup corn starch, teaspoon of baking powder, it's kind of like not playing in a sandbox because it's not gritty at all, but it's got this wonderful like clay, buttery, Play-Doh kind of thing going on.
It's lovely.
It's so tender and lovely.
Okay, our batch is mixed, and I am using a tool that I thought was just the silliest thing I'd ever heard of until I started using it. This is a cookie scoop. This is the most wonderful thing that has ever been invented for the cookie baker, I swear.
So tell me, what
Yes.
is this thing that looks like paper?
That's paper. It's parchment. It's baker's parchment. This is another thing that I have found to be indispensable for a number of reasons. Number one, you don't have to keep washing your cookie pans, which is really a pain in the neck. But you can use these parchment sheets over and over and over again. You don't have to butter and flour, which I always found that to be about the worst job there ever was.
The scourge of the professional baker.
Scourge of the... You got that right. You've heard the phrase cookie sheet. You've heard the phrase jelly roll pan. There really is a big difference. Jason is using the cookie sheet.
See how it's really, really flat. You can see the cookies sitting on it.
It allows the air to circulate freely around the cookie. This is a jelly roll pan, and this, obviously, it's got 4 sides on it. This is a dark color. This is very light and shiny. It will give you different results. The darker pan, number one, the cookies will take longer to bake. Number two, they will probably be a little denser than you might want. If you bake something on a shiny surface like this, you get a much more even browning, and they bake faster. I really think that your results are better with this one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flatten these. Always dip your fork into something, sugar, flour, so that you won't get stuck wrestling the cookie off your fork.
But whatever you do, you want to be sure that all of the cookies on the same tray are very consistent.
Yeah.
Because you want the baking times on all of them to be the same. If you've got a few thick ones and a few thin ones, they're not going to be done at the same time. Just a little FYI for you.
It's very important to preheat your oven, by the way. Don't leave it to the last minute, and don't ever put your cookies in a cold oven and preheat it that way.
The reason you don't ever want to put your cookies into an oven that's not preheated is because your cooking time will be completely irrelevant at that point.
Yeah, really screw it up.
The oven takes time to get up to the proper temperature. So if you don't do it in time, then you're basically just flying blind trying to figure out when the thing's going to be done. We have a preheated 350-degree oven into which these cookies are going. What's the cooking time on these?
14 minutes.
Remember that oven temperatures and cooking times will vary from kitchen to kitchen.
We are looking for an overall golden color, and we are especially looking for a deep gold on the bottom.